Hi, this is SJ Talks Online coming back at you with another video. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you're new to my channel, please, and thank you. Another YouTuber is being sued um, by the name of Eat with Phil talk show. Um, she is keeping abreast on the Tim Norman um, case when Sweetie Pies, the show Sweetie Pies. If you guys ever caught that on the OWN network, um, had Miss Robbie on there. She was an ex-member of Tina Turner's. She sung back up for Tina Turner, and she opened up her own restaurant, in St. Louis. And her son Tim Norman was assisting her with that restaurant. I used to love that show. I loved watching that show. The problem is I can't find any episodes. I mean, they have a lot of clips on YouTube, but I can't. It's hard for me to find whole episodes. I wish they would put it on one of the streaming networks or anything, or whatever. I really enjoy watching the show. Um, but I don't. If anybody, if you guys, let me know if you guys used to watch that show. But it was on the own offers on network. Um, it was called Sweetie Pies. He is allegedly being accused of a murder for hire plot against his nephew. His nephew um, got murdered um, in St. Louis, and he's accused of taking insurance policy out on him and hiring someone to murder him. I did a video. I may put the link to that video in the description box. I have to go way back and find it because when it first happened, I talked about it when it first happened. But I said, well, I'll if whenever if he gets convicted or whatever like that, I'll go ahead and just come back and do a little update. But he's in trouble. Plus the fake insurance guy and the woman that lured her nephew outside and the man that actually pulled the trigger. I think those are the people that are up on trial, and he's being accused of setting it, arranging it, and setting it all up. So he's been sitting in jail all this time. I guess they got a hearing coming up. I haven't really been keeping. The only time I really, you know, find out any revelations on that is when I watch her content. Um, she's been really keeping abreast on. She's been really keeping abreast on what's going on. Because court cases are public um, information. And so she's really been keeping everybody updated with what's going on with the court case and everything like that. It's terrible. If he did that, that's just really horrible. But anyway, she allegedly said some things about now I watch his content sometimes. I don't watch it all the time. But kind of like here and there. Um but she's in I guess in trouble for some things that she said about Miss Robbie when she was doing backup for Tina Turner. Not exactly clear as to what she said. She said some things. I don't know exactly what that has to do with the situation that's going on with her son, but I guess she mentioned it. I don't know if it was some kind of insinuation she had something to do with it. I don't know. I don't know. Because I don't watch her on a regular basis. I just kind of watch her here and there. But allegedly, she said something that um, Miss Robbie was felt like it was slanderous on her behalf, and Miss Robbie decided to file a lawsuit against her. So, so I guess she's, because she said, um, um, what's the name of the? I'm drawing a blank on the name of the nephew. Uh, she says she wants justice for. Um, Give me a minute. It's on the tip of my tongue. I'll see if I can um Andre Montgomery. I was drawing a blank for a minute there. The nephew Andre Montgomery got murdered, and Tim Norman is being accused of hiring somebody, taking an insurance policy out on him and hiring someone to kill him. Um, and she says that the reason why she's so passionate about that court case is because she wants justice for Andre. She says she wants justice for Andre, um, and that's why she's so passionate about covering the court case and keeping everybody abreast on it. And so, like I said, she said something that was slanderous towards this robbery. I'm sorry, Robbie, allegedly. And so Miss Robbie is going to take her to court. So, like I say, this is because Tasha K got sued by what's her name, Cardi B, and she's being very stubborn. She's being very stubborn. She wouldn't pull the videos. She's being very stubborn and very, very prideful and everything like that, which is going to ultimately wind up costing her a lot of money. Because she did say Tasha K said some really, really slanderous things towards Cardi B. I don't blame Cardi B for suing her. She said some really slanderous stuff. Said some stuff that wasn't even true and all that kind of stuff. So, but the thing is, this is like the second lawsuit I've heard of. Um, I think the Jehovah's Witnesses, the Jehovah's Witness organization, is going after some YouTubers too, because, um, well, that's actually a whole nother video because of some stuff that's being said, or they're showing content um, that they shouldn't be showing from the organization and the website. So I think it's some YouTubers on here that's being sued from Jehovah's Witness too, but that's another video. But my point that I want to make is YouTubers need to be careful. I mean, I know everybody want to make money, and I know it's so tempting to, if you know, if you like know a famous person or whatever, or a juicy story or whatever, and you feel tempted to talk about them, celebrities or whatever, to have some content, and everything. And I know that's probably tempting for a lot of people, because everybody want to make money. Everybody want to make money on YouTube. And I'm not saying that money is her main motivation. She said that she sincerely wants justice for Andre, and that could be true. I don't know her personally. That could be very well true. It may not just be money motivated, but however, she still needs to be careful what she is saying about Miss Robbie. Um, she needs to be very careful about what she's saying. And I would just, focus on just talking about the case and not so much not work. I think it was something she said about Miss Robbie's past, and I don't see what that has to do with what's going on with that case. But um, like I said, I don't know the whole situation because I kind of watch her here and there. But the bottom line is people need to start being careful. People gotta be careful about you gotta be careful about what content creators need to be careful about what you're putting out here, um, and about what you're saying about people. And I don't really do a lot of celebrity gossip, because it's so many other important things to talk about. I don't really have time to gossip, and then God does not approve of it. So um, I don't really have time for all that because we got too much going on, to be sitting up there gossiping day in and day out. So, but I know a lot. That's a lot of money. A lot of people's bread and butter. A lot of people like to make money that way. But you got to be careful, particularly when you're doing celebrity gossip. When you're doing celebrity gossip, you really, really, really got to be careful about what you say, you know, because that celebrity can come back on you and sue you. Or if you talk whatever, if you're talking about anybody, there's people that talk about other YouTubers on here, um, and it doesn't matter who it, whether it's a celebrity or even your employer. You have to be careful what you're saying, what you're putting out on social media. You have to be really, really careful. I mean, I was tempted to, uh, my son, if you watch me on a regular basis, you know my son got his foot broken, and then he went back to work. I did a whole video talking about that whole deal. He went back to work, and then they turned around and fired him. So I was really upset about the situation, and I was really tempted to put them on blast. But you know, you have to be really careful. You really have to be really careful. What you saying about companies, organizations, and things like that. People, celebrities, or anybody. If you come on YouTube running your mouth about a family member, that family member can come back and sue you. So you just have to be careful about what content creators got to be careful. All money ain't good money, and so you just got to be careful about. We have to, and I'm including myself in that too. I mean, we have to be careful what we are putting out there and what we're making sure you're fact checking and things like that. And then some things is just better left unsaid. Some things you shouldn't. Maybe it's just best to not say it at all. And I don't know what Miss Robbie's past got to do with um what's going on with Tim in that case. So that was kind of irrelevant. So she didn't really have to mention that. So um yeah, people are fed up. People getting tired of people being slandered on social media and having lies told on them and all that. It's hard enough, it's bad enough that she has to deal with her grandson being murdered and her son is in prison. She had two sons. One son was murdered. Andre was the son that was murdered, that was his son. So Andre was like the last of his legacy. So she has to mourn both her son and her grandson, and now she has to mourn the process now of her other son being in prison for allegedly, I'm gonna say allegedly, possibly of getting rid of the nephew. So that's a lot. That's a lot on your heart. That's a lot on her heart. That is a lot on Miss Robbie's heart. When it first happened, I was really worried about her, because she's around my mother's age. So I was worried about Miss Robbie at first, but she seemed to be doing good. And she said she wanted, she trying to do a little singing, and she's still running her business, her restaurants. And so she's trying to keep herself busy and everything. So that's wonderful. And I'm so happy that she's doing good because I sure did pray for her because I was really worried about her. I thought that was going to take her out because that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot on your heart, especially being she in her 80s. I mean, that is a lot heaviness on your heart. And so, I just think that people just need to show Miss Robbie some respect. I just think people need to show her some respect and just respect what she's dealing with right now, and quit speculating. People speculating and trying to say, well, she, going by her interviews, she's Miss Robbie just trying to stay busy, and she ain't really trying to talk about the case like that and everything. So people just be speculating. It ain't everybody's business what's going on. So people just be speculating and things like that, and I just think that people just need to show her some respect. Put some respect on her name. You know what I mean? So, I mean, we raise our kids up, but we, you know, once they become adults, you raise them up the best way you can, and teach them the best way you can. Right and wrong. Once they grow up and they make some jacked up decision, that's I don't think that's a reflection on the parents. I think that once you get to a certain age, you should know better. You should know better, and at some points the parents stop being accountable, because once you get to a certain age, you should know better. Like if I go out here and decide to, you know, be a hooker or something, I mean, is that my mother's fault because I decide to be a hooker? I mean, I'm just using that as a parable. Don't get, I'm just using that as a parable. No, I mean, I'm 50. I'll be 54 years old. That's no reflection on my mother. She ain't raising me to be no doggone hooker. You know what I'm saying? So I think at some point, you got to stop holding parents accountable for what grown folks that's supposed to have uh, common sense and all that good stuff and moral compass and all that stuff is doing. At some point, you are held accountable for your own actions, and it's not your parents' fault. You know. Because a lot of times, more often than not, parents do the best that they can, and so at some point, you know, you got to stop trying to hold parents accountable. It seems like you're trying to hold her accountable. No, that Tim is a grown man. He already did time in prison, and then when he came out of prison, he had the opportunity to turn his life around, and he could have been a millionaire. He helping his mom with the restaurant business and everything. And he could have been a millionaire, but he messed it up and everything. So I mean, I say if you get out of prison and you do something else to get back in there, you must want to go back. You know, you because sometimes they get that mentality. Sometimes they get that prison mentality. They get that mentality when they go in there, and then next thing you know, you look up, they're back in there because they just get that prison mentality. So I mean, he must want to go back. I say you do something that stupid, you must want to go back. So he had the opportunity to turn his life around. You know, that ain't on Miss Robbie. She gave him an opportunity. I mean, all the black men walking out of prison don't get an opportunity like that. He had an opportunity to help his mother run a successful business, and he really had the opportunity to turn his life around. And he's got two kids out here that is never gonna know their father because he's gonna be locked up. So that's sad. So I just think people should show Miss Robbie some respect, and got to be careful what you're putting out there. We got to be careful what we're putting out there. Can't just be running your mouth for just about everybody and just saying anything on social media, because you know people can sue you. They can sue you. So it's a cautionary tale for all of us content creators. These YouTubers getting sued. It's a cautionary tale for all of us. You just have to be careful. You really, really have to be careful what you're putting out there. You just have to be careful. So let me know in the comment section if you heard about that story of Philly Phil. What's her name? See, I had it on here. Philly Eat with Philly Phil or something like that. Um, Let me know in the comment section if you heard anything about that. She's being sued by Robbery. Robbie, oh my God, why I keep wanting to say that? Robbie Montgomery. What's going on with me? Well, let me Eat with Philly Phil. That's the name. So let me know if you heard about that, and let me know what your thoughts are on it. And give this video a thumbs up and notification bell and a like. And until the next video, be blessed.